For this project, we are going to be using something that I know everyone has around their house. We are going to be using cardboard. I'm using the cardboard from this beer box because I like how thin it is. I printed out these vintage postcard images from the Graphics Fairy, and I'll leave a link in the description below. I printed it out in 2 different sizes, a normal size postcard and then a smaller one. So I'm simply just going to cut these out. I'm not going to cut out the individual postcards yet, and then I'm going to cut out a piece of the cardboard. I'm going to be using Mod Podge to attach the paper to the cardboard. I'm actually going to attach it to the front because I want the natural cardboard to be on the back, and honestly this has kind of Christmas colors going on, so if a little bit of the color comes through, it's not going to be a big deal, but in the end you could not see any color coming through. Once my bottom layer of Mod Podge was dry, I put a top coat of Mod Podge. Once the top layer of Mod Podge was dry, I used my corkback ruler and an X-Acto knife to cut it out. I just thought it would be quicker to wait till after everything was glued together to cut out the individual postcards. You could absolutely leave these as is, but I want to give them an aged antique look. So I'm going to be applying the Waverly Antiquing Wax. I want it thicker around the edges and a little bit lighter in the middle. So I'm going to apply it to the edges first and then to the entire piece. I'm going to dab off the excess with a dry paper towel, and it wasn't coming off as much as I wanted in the middle, so I just took a baby wipe and started to dab it with that. And then I went back and added a little bit more antiquing wax around the edges, so I just kind of played with it until I got the effect that I wanted. To attach a hanger to my postcards, I drilled a hole in each side. You could just punch a hole or whatever. To me, drilling it was just very easy. And then I had this subscriber send me these twig branches, and they ended up being the perfect thing for this because I find they ended up looking like some rusty wire. So thank you so much, Sally, for sending this to me. It definitely came in handy for this project, and I'm simply going to put it through the holes and then twist it around to keep it in place. These came out so great. This is totally my style, and I was thinking this would be a great project for kids. You could have them color a picture before you Mod Podged it and turned it into an ornament.